Hey, we are doing another video today. This tutorial is on scripts, anything to do with script really. We're just going to do a quick starter one and then yeah, we'll get right into it. So let's go. Right, okay guys, so first of all, whenever you're making a script, you want to make sure that everything works, basically. So I'm going to start off this script by quickly changing my coding language to YAML. Mainly because it's the most equivalent to what we're doing. So basically, first of all, what we need to do is do a command so that there is the variable of command. Now this one, we're just going to name it GUI for the sake of the tutorial. Now what we need to do is we need to add a trigger, which will help us decide on what we're going to do. So for instance, this one is going to require a permission, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do script.gui.use. You don't have to do that. I personally would make something along those lines just to help with it, but on this what we're going to do is we're going to do open virtual chest with size 3, and then we're going to name it. For this one, we're just going to name it shop. So, what I might do is I'm going to also add some tags into it. So that one will make it cyan, that'll make it large, and that'll make it underlined. So yeah, there's what I'm doing for this one. So now what it'll do is we can now do this format GUI slot of player. So wait, hang on, so 0, there we go, right, of player, and then with col, should we go with col? Yeah, you know what, we'll do col, and then we can name it whatever we need to name it. So this one I might just name give col, like so. So now what we can do is we can go 4 ahead like that, and then do execute console command. Also with this, what we need to do is place some brackets on the end. Actually no, wait, I don't think you have to do that. I think you need that on the end of that one, like so. So I'll just quickly get that set up and show you what I'm going to do for it, and then yeah, I'll talk to you in a second. So we are back, and I spotted a mistake in the script. So we needed to make sure that it goes to the player that ran the command. So, but yeah, now I've fixed that, what we can do is we can set up the new command for it and all that. So this one, we're going to do /give. Now we're going to add in the universal variable for a player, which is %player %sign. And then what we'll do is we'll do col 64, like so. So that right there is the basic, very basic chest that you can do. Now, for instance, if we wanted to, we could set up multiple GUIs for this one, like so like command /, we'll do an admin panel. I love making admin panels, they're the best. Now for me, I tend to find it easier if you make one like script.admin.use, again following the same pattern as this here, and then what you do is you do trigger with the normal trigger and 4 spaces ahead. Now yes, you can tab them, I wouldn't recommend it, sometimes it glitches it out depending on which console you are using. Yeah, this one will open up that one, so what we're going to do, open virtual chest with size, and then what I'm going to do, this one's only going to be a small one because it's not really used for anything too major, so I'll do 4 and L and M, there we go, and then what we'll do is we'll do admin space panel, like so. And don't forget the 2-player on the end. So the reason why, so open virtual chest when the command is run, if the player has that permission. Now what we could do is we could also add a permission message So this is for if someone doesn't have the permission to use it. For instance, we could just do one like this, hey, with an exclamation point, and then just do and 8, let's say. Just then say, sorry, you don't have permission to do that. And of course, these need to be in brackets as well to show that it's text. But yeah, now that that's done, now what you need to do is do format, because this will then make sure that the GUI slot, and then you specify. So 0 is the first one, and then it goes up like that. So it's kind of weird. Of player, because you need to make sure that it goes to the player's inventory. And for this one, I'm going to do water bucket. Named. And for this one, I'm going to do the one that I did on one of my servers for clear lag. Like so. So if you have clear lag on your PC, on your server, then this will be very useful for you. But basically, you can do execute console, because you need to make sure it's run by. I just want it to be done by a player, but depending on whether they have op or not. Execute console command, and then in brackets, you need to do / lag clear, like so. So that right there is what we'll do. Those two scripts are quite basic setup. One includes a permission message in case you don't have it set up, and yeah, I'm gonna add this to my server and I'll check if there's any errors, and then we can go through them again. Also, fair tip with this, don't like save it and then put it in, just copy and paste. It's a lot easier and you'll soon realize that it takes less time. So we are now inside our actual panel for future hosting, which there will be a link in the description to the server hosting in case you want to get a server. Use code DiamondDon15 for 10% off. That is a permanent offer and will always stick, so you'll never have to pay 100% ever again. And their servers, I've already done a review on them, but their servers are amazing and I really do recommend it. But we're going to create a file now. I'm just going to call it simple GUI.sk. So you need to make sure that the file says sk on the end. So you create that file, save content, and then you go back to your console, which for me I've got on a separate tab so that you guys can't see it. What you want to do is you want to run this command here. I'm going to type it in here. sk reload. And now you could do all. I do quite recommend doing all if it's only just been added. But basically what that'll do is allow it to recognize that it is there. So I'm going to quickly reload all the sk values. So that one is fully working, that script right there. So that one is going to work perfectly fine for you. Also, all the plugins you'll need I will put in the description with the links to them, because yeah, you will need them before you can even create this. But yeah, this is a very simple one. Now of course I would always recommend that you run your files, like don't put them straight into the launcher, instead put them into something like Notepad++ or something along those lines. But yeah, they're all relatively easy to set up. We can even do another one. So just so that you guys can see with more in, you would change it slot of player still with, and then for this one I'm gonna do a wooden axe, just for the sake of it being called ban. And then to run, in case you ever wanted to do this, I don't know why you would, but execute console command and then /ban, player. So this would ban yourself practically from the server. If you are going to set it up as a banning system, I'd probably temp ban, then the player name, and then specify a time. So I'm just going to do 1 second for the sake of the test. So yeah, that would work for you, and all you can do is just copy and paste that, like so. Go back over to your file manager and just paste that in, like so. And you save that. Then you go over to your control panel. Now, instead of doing sk reload all, instead you could just do simple GUI. You don't even need the .sk on the end, it would just work anyway. So this one, it found 4 errors on line 4. Now, this one is, line 4 is there. Now, that is because of that right there. So, now when I save it, it should now work. Correction, is it? Oh, spelled console wrong. Okay. Now we do it and it's reloaded. So yeah, that will work. That right there, and it will work completely all with that on. I'm going to quickly remove that because that is causing an error. I'm going to make sure I change console to be right. But yeah, unlike Python, it's not, you've got to make sure it's that instead of that, just so that you can, you know, it's not this. You can do like print hello world. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, since there's your GUI for it, if you're going to make a GUI, what I am also going to do is I'm going to make it so it messages the player. So what you do is message with your quotation marks, and then you would just do, for instance, for this one I'm just going to do a quick success message, which would just say success on it, meaning that it has run correctly and it will work. So that right there is what you could do. Now I guess as well, if you want to add a permission message into there, then why not, you know? I'm just gonna copy that message there, just so that you can get it all in real quick. And there you go. So that is all of your scripts, like so. Check the description for the links in case you don't have the plugins in. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys. Thank you all for watching.